Okay. First of all, let me start with an opening statement, and then I'll just take questions from whoever has a question. The number one issue facing the American people and the people of Nevada is the high price at the pump, because it's not only affecting families when they fill up their cars and their trucks, but it's also affecting them at the marketplace. The price of a gallon of milk or a loaf of bread, everything throughout the grocery stores, when they're buying clothing today, everything is being driven up because of increase in transportation costs. And for our state of Nevada in particular, the airline industry is severely hurting, and they're cutting back on flights because of the cost of fuel. So this is absolutely the most important issue that the people of Nevada and the people of our country are facing right now. And it's time to lay aside politics. It's time to get something done. There is a speculation bill on the floor of the Senate right now. People like Warren Buffett, the leading Democrat, the wealthiest Democrat in America, says speculation is not the problem. It's a question of supply and demand. And I think that most experts have agreed that we're increasing our demand while our supply has not been increasing over the last several years, not only in America, but especially in the world. So we need to have more American supply of energy. That includes deep sea exploration. That includes oil shale in the Colorado Rockies and other parts of our country, where we have more oil in oil shale than Saudi Arabia has, and that's a resource that we need to develop here in this country. I also believe in going into Alaska, into ANWR. If Bill Clinton would not have vetoed that piece of legislation that Republicans passed 10 years ago, we would have an additional 1 million barrels of oil flowing to the United States per day, which would lower the cost of gasoline at the pump. So we need to join together as Republicans and Democrats and do something right for the American people, and that is increase the supply of American energy to our country so that we become less dependent on Middle Eastern oil and oil from other parts of the world who aren't necessarily our friends. Take any questions. Go ahead.
Do you think that the plan to curb spending have any effect?
Yeah. If we pass and we open up deep sea exploration on our outer continental shelf, if we pass a bill to open up oil shale exploration, I believe it will have an immediate impact on gasoline prices and oil prices, because the futures markets are betting right now that we aren't going to have that supply there. And if we have the supply coming online, the prices will come down as an immediate effect. We saw this last week just with President Bush when he took off the presidential moratorium on outer continental shelf drilling in our deep sea exploration. We saw the price of oil has come down well over $10 a barrel just in that small act, and we need to do more of that by increasing supply. And I believe, and I think most experts have testified, that price of gasoline, price of oil per barrel will go down.
Thank you.
Senator, recently there was a bill being held up in the Senate that would have increased. Can you hear me okay?
Yes,
okay.
Hear you just fine.
That would have increased, I believe, tax credits for companies who wanted to do solar, wind, and geothermal. You were originally opposed to those tax credits. Are you still?
No, I'm the sponsor of those tax credits in the U.S. Senate that would increase solar energy, and it would increase geothermal, wind energy, and other renewable energies. I actually sponsored a bill with Maria Cantwell, and we've been pushing for that. I was pushing for it on the housing bill. We actually passed my amendment to the housing bill back in April. It was an 88-8 vote. I believe in a balanced approach toward increasing American supply. That means more conservation, means more alternative and green energies. It includes more oil exploration, more natural gas exploration, and more coal production in the United States. We need that balanced, comprehensive approach to bring us to a point where we're independent of energy from sources outside of our country. Next question.
Senator, we have Dana on the line from KLAS. You can say hi.
Okay.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Yeah, Nevada, we don't have our own refineries, obviously, so we're dependent on the price of gasoline coming from California. Northern Nevada gets, there's a Northern Nevada pipeline. Southern Nevada obviously has a Southern Nevada pipeline, and we're dependent on all of the oil refineries in California. And because California has so many specialty fuels, it drives up the price in California and Nevada. But the price of gasoline all over America is too high. It's over $4. The average is over $4 a gallon, a little higher than that in Nevada, and it looks like it's going to continue to go up unless we increase the supply of American energy, which includes gasoline, includes natural gas, and includes alternative energies, more conservation. All of it together, I believe, as a comprehensive approach, can be the answer toward the pain that we're feeling right now at the pump. It is incredible when you go to fill up your car right now, and the kind of sticker shock that you get every time you fill up your car. But it's also, you're seeing that same sticker shock at the grocery store. It's driving up all of our food prices across the board because transportation costs have to be passed on to somebody. And when shipping a carton of milk or some eggs to the grocery store costs more to get it there, they have to pass that price on to the consumers, and you're seeing that. I think there's two things. One is that people on an individual basis can continue to change their driving habits, conserve more, obviously turn down their, and conserve as much on their power bills as possible. But just as importantly, being involved in the political process. People in Nevada and people across the country need to let their elected officials know that it's time to act. It's time to stop playing partisan politics and looking for an election year issue, and it's time to get something done. We're coming up on an August recess here where members of Congress go home. Well, I don't think we should leave until we solve this problem. We should not be going on vacation when the American people are feeling the kind of pain that they're feeling in their pocketbooks. We should solve the problem right here, right now. Okay? Well, certainly ethanol is controversial, whether it's actually keeping gas prices lower or if it's driving up food prices. The bottom line is we need more supply of American energy, whether that's biofuels, whether that's oil supplies, deep sea exploration, ANWR, oil shale in Colorado and Utah and Wyoming. All of those things, we need to bring more supply of American energy to our shores so that we're less dependent on Middle Eastern oil and oil coming from places like Venezuela, coming from countries that don't like us. And we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to those countries who want to do us harm. Thank you, Dana, and thanks everybody else for participating. I apologize, but I guess they're out of time on the satellite. Thank you.